It's been a minute since we played last. I believe last time we had an episode when Kim was gone and he found us, thankfully. Is he already downstairs? Ah, yes, he is. Morning, Kim.
Yes?
Okay, now what were we gonna do here? We still haven't found the murmur. The murmur, the murder weapon. I think we can call Alice. Let's just quickly see if we can say anything
Can
to
I
Gert.
help you? Got the 20 real? Then why are you...
Shut up, Gert. I'm gonna keep the 20 for a second.
Oh, hello, dear.
I'm just gonna go see. If we can call Alice.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Did you find out more about the owner of the armored boots?
Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people. Try
Darn.
calling again. 57.
in the cabin.
I guess it hasn't been long enough. What should we do next? I guess we could talk to the drivers.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Ooh, what should we go for? Okay, let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade then?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Let me just see.
Ah, man. But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my
I
man?
need to get high and I'm looking for a
Hey,
dealer.
man, that's serious criminal talk.
Entrapment is a practice whereby an officer of the law.
Okay,
We
so
have a
I
Not me,
I've-
man. No way. Gotta guard the stuff. Bosses don't...
A rhymesmith. This is quite credible.
Look, man, I try...
We wouldn't say he's lying.
okay, so I wonder if I feel like it would be this guy, if anyone. Hey, bud.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Yes. You're a lorry man, right? What's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
You smell of booze and cigarettes. What's different about narcotics?
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
Hold on, but they make alcohol in the El Mara too. I was told they do.
I don't go for that foreign piss. Proper booze is made in Mundi. Or sometimes I like a dram of that Yugograd vodka. Koikos and worse much, but they do no booze.
You're not worth much. So Listen, I agree it's our responsibility to keep this poison off the streets of Revachol, right?
He eyes you warily, unsure how to respond. This goes on for about 2 seconds. Then,
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
He puffs on his cigarette. Then what are you still hanging around here for? Most other Kaminoers have left.
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
On your ass, like,
there was
ask.
a bunch
Okay.
of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Excuse me. I did see one lorry with the trailer doors open on my way here. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved his country. We were having a good debate about
Aw.
genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his luck and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
Bad for him, I guess.
It's a fucking travesty, is what it is.
If it's not that you, then who's running drugs through Terminal B?
Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
Wait, the street vendor south of here? That guy's a lorry driver?
Of course he's a lorry driver. What? He tell you he's just some simple businessman or some shit? He's selling his employer stuff after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. He's your man, alright? 100%.
Is it in your blood to be a frickin' racist asshole?
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess we need to pay Sealan a visit then.
Guess so.
He grins contented with himself. I don't trust your ass. But if I confront Sealan, will he not sell me this stuff?
Everything's still cool here, officer.
So, Sealan, what's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
Proceed. We're looking for a lorry driver who is transporting drugs out of the harbor. He or she is in this traffic jam.
That's so cool. You investigating the local drug trade like some cool narc? But I am not a lorry driver. I am just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
But you are a lorry man. Another driver has identified you and your lorry.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole.
He stops to think.
Realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too.
Oh, come on,
Little.
Sealan.
But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
So you were embarrassed to tell me?
No, I just forgot. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity.
Stop squirming. What do you know about the drug operation at the harbor?
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with
I,
that
I
crowd.
know you're not a dumb guy.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd. You know, the drug crowd.
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd.
It wasn't some drug crowd. You know who they are. Tell me now.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please,
I mean,
don't get me into this mess.
I'm
I spent
sorry.
15 years working my way up.
Just point at, just tell me. Just whisper
Here
it.
we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
We're buddies, Seelan. Help us out. No one will know it was you.
It's a she, okay?
Oh,
The other drivers call her the
Thank
lady
you.
driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
Interesting. Could this driver be connected to the Hardy Boys?
Is the lady driver the old woman back there? Point to the pale driver. Dazed out strange.
I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved. I told you.
He's not ruling her out.
Who are these other drivers who talk?
All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now.
We're always cool,
Who
Seelan.
exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos.
Could she be associated with the Hardy Boys?
I don't know. I'm not local. I don't know anything about that.
Okay, we're cool now.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
I don't have money for that, but thank you. He's a hustler. You get it, Sealand.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
Oh, I didn't notice this last time. Let's see. He's a poet. Hit him with your best verse.
Wait. There's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like,
Amir's temperature is always 0. It is ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What else?
It's a chalice. sorry. It is a chalice held out to you in a silent communion.
Silent communion. That's
He's-
good.
He's transfact my brain. He's transfixed by the words, where graspingly you partake of a shifting identity, never your own.
Dang. That's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
I'm just a vessel for the muse.
Right. But really, no bullshit. That's great stuff. I sort of want to know if it's yours.
I think that maybe an actual poet, and I've learned it by heart.
No matter. It's a fine stanza. You're not so bad after all. For a cop.
For a cop?
They're more often into fists than rhymes, see? Let alone honesty in verse.
in a small office behind the old military hospital, hunched under the green glow of his desk light, Officer Hans Blau browses through a test print of his Futurist magazine. It's called The Futurist. The typeface on the header is too small.
Any organization gets all kind of folk. I'm sure we try our best.
The lieutenant looks at you in silence, a curious look in his eyes.
Well, you've
Whoops, I
given
didn't mean
me
to do
some
that.
hope, I guess.
Aw, he gives you a thumbs up.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those
Oh.
words.
I heard that one of the drivers is a woman, but I don't think she's here. Do you know this lady driver?
I don't want to talk about that.
He shifts around suddenly uncomfortable, then looks away. I don't mean to pry, but I need your help. She may be involved with the drug business.
Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
Who is this person? What's her name?
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the Lady Driver. She kept her name a secret. From me, too. Now I see why.
Who is she to you?
A friend? An acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay?
What does she look like?
A youngish woman. Gruff, but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Dyed. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
Then she may have dyed it again.
Fuck it. I asked you who's conducting the drug trade. You said you didn't know. Now you're saying you do.
I didn't, man. I told you I was hoping it's not her. That she wouldn't be mixed up in it.
Fair, I guess.
He still is. Hoping. It's just wishful thinking on his part, not trickery. It's true. We would have caught a lie. But a kind heart is tricky. Bah. Emotional rhetoric. He knew something and he didn't share it with you. That's a fact.
It is a fact, but if you're hoping for something not to be true, you can convince yourself that there is a possibility. When did she leave? Move on.
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person. I know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you.
You said she's troubled. How?
She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
I was told everyone's afraid of her. You're not?
I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind.
Hold on, her mind?
The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her.
Yeah, your mind can be a real see you next Tuesday to yourself, that's for sure.
The pain it was causing her.
When she left, did she leave her lorry behind?
Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one. The grey-haired woman. Maybe she knows something. Wait, this guy says they're friends. Then, acquaintances. And
Yeah.
he's okay with others ratting her
Well,
out. Push Tommy and it will break his heart. And his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals.
He doesn't want that on his conscience, ratting her out. I'll see if we can get the racist dude to talk. Fine, I'll drop the matter for now.
Thank you, friend.
That's all for now, bye. Gonna quick save. Just in case.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
I know you've been giving me the runaround. Fess up. Where's the lady driver?
I don't know what you're talking about.
First, you knew Sealand didn't do it.
He did something. He stole his employer's goods and another lorryman's job. You should be thankful for the tip.
Then why are you smirking?
Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
So who does? The lady driver?
No. He means La Puta Madre.
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime outfit in Revachol West. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
We'll follow his
Yeah.
lead.
Him.
Cross your arms and nod.
Then I
Go
presume
off,
you
Kim.
are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire. He's getting into this.
Oh, I'll be cool.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We're not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is.
He's surprisingly good at this. Not bad at all. Look at him lurching.
It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
He tries to light a fresh cigarette, but his hands are shaking now. The sentence simply ends.
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. I've softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job.
I hope I don't fumble.
Be careful. This man's still got some fight in him by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him.
Sheesh kebab. Go fuck yours. Yeah. I don't know if this will... Should I try it? I don't know.
The main
Damn
thing
it.
is to not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is, how does it look on your resume?
Why don't you talk and... Why don't you and me step outside for a little talk?
What? What do you think we're doing right now? Run
Di-
it. We're outside
Oh,
talking.
damn it. I meant, do you want to find someplace private to know
There's
shit?
some kind of homo thing?
Yeah, maybe it is.
Okay, that's enough. Let's just go and ask Tommy, alright? We are wasting our time here.
No. I don't want to upset Tommy. Let's talk to the old lady. Frick. Oh, I can do the... Still impossible, though.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio plays.
Snap your fingers in front of her face.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Snap your fingers twice.
Where am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you've jolted her back to reality.
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the wary aspect of a cornered beast.
Are you alright, ma'am? You were out.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
Wait, what's so bad about the 50s?
The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
When else would you be then?
Back in Mecca, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is.
The look she gives you is accusatory. Who is Gabriel Benguero?
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
She shows you the photograph in the lavish amber frame. Take a look.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all of his lines.
She leans back, savoring the world she conjured up.
In all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind.
So I take it you were in Mesk when you were young?
Someone was.
She nods as though her meaning was perfectly clear. Someone? Are these not your memories?
They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
All of what? The world. The present. She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching.
Sorry to interrupt your dreaming, ma'am.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the mine behind the Black Sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden.
Her eyes narrow and she appears to take your measure. She's maladaptive daydreaming.
While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Methk, it was a golden age.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right.
Right. I have some other questions for you. Police questions.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
What are you hauling?
Diamonds.
Diamonds, really?
Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
Okay, but what are you really hauling?
Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
So you don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry?
I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
What if the cargo is contraband?
Then it's contraband, Loman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
Bad Hand, Hermenegildos' bad hand, strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people.
You seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs.
What do I need drugs for, Loman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare.
The adversary?
Yes, there is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest.
Where could I get my hands on an experience like that?
If you don't know,
She flicks her wrists in a gesture of casual dismissal.
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
What is it that you're hauling exactly?
you're man, Loman. What of it?
Okay, let me put this another way. Are you smuggling drugs through Terminal B?
Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way.
You said earlier you don't know what cargo you're hauling. Could it be drugs?
Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grat, Loman?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
It's diamonds, Loman, obviously.
If you had to guess, who do you think is smuggling drugs around here?
Easy. It's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
She's like, also, he's the only one I can see.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
I didn't ask you about diamonds, did I? I don't care about that.
Diamonds are good for you, Lowman. You should try them sometime. Make yourself pretty like Eva de Zoras.
Okay, if you're not involved with the drug trafficking, then why are you still waiting here?
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the futures of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
Before I came, you
She's
seemed
just a
away.
distracted old woman. We should maybe let her...
So he doesn't think she's the lady driver?
You hear that, Lowman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Wait, why is that, Lieutenant?
Nothing. I just don't think she's connected to anything.
He doesn't want your frail mind caught up in something here. Something unconnected to the case. But connected to this woman tuning out like that.
Should you drive a lorry if you get like that?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best camioners around. I drive routes no one else will.
What routes?
Lomonosov's Land, Udajnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain,
She nods and closes her eyes again, letting her mind submerge.
the Transcatolia Magistral, you for 1A, Adestradas du Mirador, all the good ones, the deep trenches, where the bluebirds fly.
She opens her eyes again and shudders. Cool. Ride until you're dust, sister.
Irmao, I already am dust.
I still don't really understand this whole Boadero thing.
Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadero, you need to listen to on the Western Plain.
A boyadero, boya for short, is a cowherder from upstream Magritte, the great steppes of northern Mesk. He is a rugged individualist and explorer.
Okay, what's that?
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain.
I'm guessing that doesn't happen.
Of course not. The boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Maigret, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down.
In the background, you can hear the orchestra swell as the screen fills with the maiden's imploring eyes.
I think I see where this is going.
So the boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the maggot. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is calling to him.
I was like, he's gonna kill her, isn't he? That's a terrible song.
You have to understand. A true boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a boyadero.
Doesn't mean he had to kill her. Excuse me. All right. Are you the lady driver?
Did you just call me a lady, Herife?
Well, aren't you a lady?
The woman's malevolent cackling fills the roundabout.
I'm a lady
Oh.
like you are Gabriel Buenguerro. Only in dreams.
Ah, my poor moral. My morale, not moral. So you're not the driver everyone's terrified.
I'm only terrifying to small children, and to those who used to know me.
Yeah, it's not her. Believe me.
Why are you scary to the people who used to know you?
Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was.
Then who is the female driver I was told of?
How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around, when I have my movies to go to?
That's all I needed to know. Thanks.
Oh, Sim.
The woman stares at you, her mind elsewhere now, on other matters.
Something in her is pulling towards some unknown rest state. She twitches, like a sleep kick.
Thank you for now.
Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesky.
Her voice trails off. Well, I wonder if we should just say heck it. Or...
Yes? What do you want to know?
Oh, okay, here we go. Now that we've inspected the scene, I want to know more about this pissing competition you
What's
mentioned.
there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary, somewhere in your mind hangs a dark green blackboard. There are two columns. One says cases solved, the other confirmed kills.
I wonder what this says about me, that I was sent by my station. He raised an eyebrow, thinking it's best to let you make the next move. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna leave why I was sent
The
unspecified.
silence carries.
Close your eyes.
The rows are endless.
Look for Precinct 41.
Jean Vicmer, Judith Minot, a special consultant. What was his name? Then the rows degrade into green nothingness. Your brothers have left you.
What's special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
For some reason, I thought you had 104 solved cases.
Well, technically. The official record keeper has been known to double count murder-suicides.
A common accounting gimmick used to inflate precinct stats.
You're still a good cop, right?
I'm good enough for this case. I'm not here to compete. I came because I had to. My fellow officers, the sergeants in particular, would have made this scene into a circus.
I don't want to say this because I kind of agree with him. Okay, enough of the competition then. Tell me something else.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Why did the 41st send me?
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to slight Precinct 57.
Yeah, that makes more sense than the other stuff I thought of.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
Kim, what if my precinct sent me on this case because I'm a fuck-up, like as a joke?
I've considered it.
So it's true?
It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. But I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
Why's that?
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
Ha! So you are their
I am the
finest.
finest of nothing.
Do Bro, do you really see me as a safe bet?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this
Damn.
far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there.
He said I'm old and experienced, but I'm old.
So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they
Aw.
are in for a surprise.
He's right. There are no airtight theories, just paranoia. You've given it some thought. Now let it go.
Kim believes in me. That's all I need. That's all I need. Okay. Should we... I have so much crap to do now. I'm like overwhelmed. I am not doing that. I want to talk to that guy. Wait, no, I can't go this way. 1 second. Wait. No, we got the key for here, right? Aha, yes we did. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, got a snazzy little glasses. Yeah. This box is filled with cleaning chemicals, smells of laundry detergent. The balcony? I wanna check this out first. An old shoe rack, boot sneakers, and old slippers. These shoes come in 3 different sizes. Apartment 12, a loud rumbling snore comes from within. Moss crawls on those bathroom tiles. Actual moss. The shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Ew. Ooh. Those kind of look like the boots. Oh, am I stealing someone's boots? Oh no, they just have stuff in them. Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11.
Examine
It's
the padlock.
a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Well, I'm gonna knock first.
No reply. No reply.
Okay, let's put the chain cutters on.
This door has been closed with a padlock. What are you
Ah.
doing? You're trying to cut the body.
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut, Detective.
He's just trying to help. Don't take it bad. Relax.
These chain cutters are broken, Kim.
Perhaps you should give it another go.
Okay.
The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, Detective.
Oh, this is a cute little room. A flamboyant poster of a white star. Real lithography. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. Books of critical theory on the monstrosities of capital and such.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov.
I don't know what to say. Why does this tenant have a bust of Krasmazov in their
The
bedroom?
white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
I just kind of want to do this for fun. Father Mazov, the hero of the working class, salute the statue.
Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm.
He leans closer to inspect the photos of revolutionaries on the wall.
There aren't many communists around. Not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
I'm just gonna go through everything. I want to see the response to everything. Whoever lives here needs to learn how the economy actually works.
I suspect that's exactly what they are trying to do.
He leans closer to inspect the economic books on the
There
table.
aren't many communists around. Not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Krasmazov was a mass murderer. There's nothing cool about keeping his bust on your nightstand.
It was definitely controversial. The tenant here seems to like him.
He leans closer.
There
Yeah.
aren't many communists around.
Okay, so there's like nothing. Oh, there's a cabinet here. Ooh, a bullet. Ooh. What's in here? A photo. Boogie Street. I can probably sell that.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
Knock.
The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door.
Knock
A
again.
poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive
Do
edge.
you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Fair enough. The door number 9 is locked. Ooh, what's in here? More money! I'll get all the money I can get. Apartment number 8. Their mailbox is overflowing. The graffito says, a firing squad for the rich. Oh boy.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to have difficulty
The
breathing.
cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief. Are you alright? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Who are you? I'm
no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
I'm looking for a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks at the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk?
The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her boom, trying to catch her breath.
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
I have a few questions about those apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
Is one of the residents on vacation? Their mailbox is overflowing.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
They probably just moved or died, hopefully somewhere else.
Who lives in apartment number 10?
No one lives there. It's been empty for months.
But I talked to someone through the door.
Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there.
She pauses, eyeing the hallway.
Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you?
Sure, I'll go see what I can find. Take it on.
Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
Who lives behind the padlocked door?
Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar.
Suddenly, the old lady's face is beaming.
I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study.
Astrology?
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
You mean the stars and antlers? I think that's the symbol of communism.
What now?
It's an ideology. If it has some noble aims, but it's also been used to justify terrible
The
bloodshed.
cleaning lady shrugs and returns to sweeping.
Honestly, fair lady, you're old, you're done. You just want to clean your hallways and sit in your room next to the coal room.
The clash of ideas and atrocities are as far from her world as fairies and wizards.
What can you tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still,
She leans on her broom.
she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
Okay, pointed comment. That's all,
She
thanks.
mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Thanks, I'm off. I just wanna... Oh, a note reads, foreclosed by Martinez Reality Associates. Is that blood? The sea below looks cold and winter gray. Someone has torn down the wall. An old grocery list on the table and checks. Ooh. Money, money, money. Sorry. Okay, let's go talk to this lady again. Oh, wait.
You hear someone.
Let me save.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
This apartment is supposed to be empty. Did you break in here?
Excuse me? Of course not.
You sound so convincing.
You have plenty of reason to enter.
I don't need a warrant if I suspect there's been a break-in.
Oh, come on.
There's a pause before you hear the door being unlocked.
Well, that was easy.
That was smart.
The lieutenant says, nodding toward the unlocked door. Well, why didn't she come out? Who's this? You're dressed to the nines. Looks like a fine mattress. Don't be ridiculous. You can hear it swarming with bugs. Ew. What's that? A blister pack of medicine peeks out of the box. You should take it. I do want to take it, but she's like literally right there.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. The keys, see?
She jingles a set of keys in her hand.
Boy, there are a lot of different keys there. More than 20 at least. Her voice is really cheerful, despite her obviously hating you.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
She fumbles through her purse, fishing out a light paper-clad passport. Inspect the
It
passport.
feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside, along with all her personal details.
Everything seems to be in
Thank
order.
you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour.
Who lived in the foreclosed apartment down the hallway?
Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
She snaps her
The
fingers.
sum must have been puny.
My money also has also disappeared, I think.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it.
It couldn't have been that much money. The apartments look pretty
These
shabby.
apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million
Okay,
real
girl.
view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable.
Okay, girl. Nice spiel.
I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
So wait, what happened with the wall?
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both.
She's still shaking her head. Manicured hands now crossed over the chest. What are you doing here?
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
Reprehensible. Who lived here?
It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent.
She stops, hesitating.
A sudden serious look crosses her face.
Did he die?
This story didn't have a happy ending.
But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it?
That's all.
Of course.
She replies with a smile, but her eyes remain glazed over. She's been waiting for you to leave. Ooh. You just let me take shit? Okay, what did we get? Investigate apartment 10 for the cleaning lady. Oh, okay. We found out who it was.
Give me a moment.
I didn't find any counterculture people in apartment 10. It was just a real estate agent setting up the room for new tenants.
I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
I'm sure everything will be fine. This apartment building needs slow change. Imperceptibly slow.
Yes. Well, I hope they're good people.
Your statements are too vague to comment on.
Thanks him up. That's what I was going for. That's what I was going for. Nice. Indirect modes of taxation. I guess we'll go onto the balcony now. But first, what exit is this? Ah. That's the door we were trying to get in. Okay. I forget. Did she say apartment number 28? I think so. Oh, hey, girl. What's up?
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are.
That's right. We've evolved.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
She crosses her arms.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint.
Oh.
It's heavy fuel oil. Red-dyed heavy fuel oil is only used in government vehicles, or at least that's the idea.
Is that government fuel oil?
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself.
Lovely.
Back in Jamrock.
Yum.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
That's some clever cultural commentary.
You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo.
Catch you later, Cindy. She's kind of funny. What's this door? Ooh. Any goodies? Is this where she... Oh, this is... Is this where the old lady lives? That's kind of sad. 100 tiny feet scurrying beneath the grate. The rats of the city. Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Oh, maybe it was Cindy. I guess the old lady did say it was next to the coal room.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Is that bed in the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Really? You're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
Yeah, okay. It's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Don't you have a real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
I mean, that's fair. Cool, I have other
Shoot,
questions.
Piggy. It's
Catch-
what you do, isn't it?
Yes, thank you. Catch you later. Pardon me. The door is locked, you can't get in. The chair's new, someone lives back here. I guess this... I wonder if we can go to the other... Is the other balcony door where we need to go? Oh, did I level up? Let's find our buddy. Oh, what was that?
That isn't just a five-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers, the iconography of communism, in other words.
Inspect the symbol closer.
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mezov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure.
Why is the star upside down?
To symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it.
What's the deal with the antlers?
The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it.
Why white?
Because white is the color of peace.
What does it evoke in me? Finish thought.
Gone is the glory of hope. Only the scribblings of impoverished students remain. You are the big communism.
I guess I might as well full. I have a frick load of... thingies. Whatever you call them. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. The curtains shift just a little. Someone is watching from within. Watch me steal all this money that's laying around. What's that? Just a door, nothing for you here right now. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus.
This door is made of metal and appears to be number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
I just want to quickly look at the other stuff here. This is the door to apartment 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. This is the door to apartment 30. Voices from within singing along to some buoyant dance track. Okay, let's talk to our buddy here. See if he's home.
This door is numbered.
Let's see.
No one answered.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening.
Yeah, I figured. He looks around taking in the cold spring air.
We should return tonight after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Sounds good. Tonight at 21.
Tonight at 9 p.m. Right here.
Oh, 9
Apartment
p.m.
number 28. Good. Let's go.
Okay. So, I guess... What should we do? I mean, I guess the thing would be... I'd probably interrogate the bros. The dock workers. It's a bowl. They're spitting it, reeking of tobacco. That's disgusting. Photos of men in overalls toting guns and Union placards. You see hawthorn bushes outside. Ooh, is that money?
This is where you say your bit.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can.
He and his men carry themselves like giants. You'll need to prove your mettle to be taken seriously.
Detective.
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. Don't say anything yet.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Oh yeah, Glenn. The boss can speak for himself.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to. The chatter is too inane to reach your ears. Raise your chin and gaze into the distance like a prince.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
The little guy looks at his mates in disbelief.
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We're looking for Titus Hardy.
The lieutenant turns to the broad-shouldered man at the end of the table. We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Scan the room.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Wants the world to know he's a macho man. Tobacco chewing and knuckle cracking. Who else do we have here? Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. In his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading. And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
And the little guy?
Size 41, with the light step, Not a child, after all. An older man
Mm.
with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46. Deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
One of them is missing the odd soul.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
I found 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardy boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
Mm-hmm.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
He shakes his head.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl? Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
Glenn slipped up.
It has to be good, if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. End.
He points at the lieutenant.
You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
This seems like a silly question. I'm going to take off now.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you the Hardy
I
girl?
am not.
She says
You
dryly.
could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
Get a grip, Glenn. She went to law
so
school.
Fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people, fuckwad.
No, Glenn, they aren't.
Her tone is cold and uninvolved.
This didn't change her opinion of you.
Oh.
It's not her. She's not a Hardy girl.
I am not.
You could be Liz.
Even a mod?
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
He's right, you know. You're very pretty.
Cold look in her eyes. It's not her. She's not a Hardy girl. Definitely.
I am not.
You could be Liz.
Even a mod?
He's right.
Please.
It's not her. She's
Okay. I just wanted to see what the other options would do.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
The man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
Pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck?
Container belt? Like we use in the harbor?
Yes. Why?
Because we took it from the harbor where we were.
Oh my god.
Then we went out back and used it to hang him. We did this together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
Squint your eyes. But there's a catch.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Who called the shots that
Are
night?
you deaf? There will be no singling. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her
A
head.
trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
Points at Elizabeth. I thought she did.
It wasn't a question, dickwad.
This asshole is worse than...
I think you got your...
Yes, there are some administrative differences. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
You murdered him just like that, no remorse.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
And Reunion, what's that?
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
Look, I'm just doing my job, that's all.
Oh, so you are just a simple, well-meaning man, eh? Ever been in solitary? Prison is a charter. That's what it is.
What did you do, Elaine? That got you sent to prison?
He's clearly been in solitary confinement, and at a young age, nonetheless.
Although, I feel like that kind of thing is very... Because, like, just imagine no interaction with anyone. I'm pretty sure you also, like, I don't know. I don't know anything about prison because I've never been to prison, but from the things I've seen in documentaries and stuff, solitary confinement is literally like no sunlight. You don't have any human interaction, and it can be for days at a time. That sounds like hell.
So he's hanging a man, slowly, without breaking his neck.
When did this hanging incident occur?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
Elizabeth! Stop doing your job.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for White Pines? The same company you are striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
Didn't they teach you...
The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that?
The lieutenant goes in for the leg sweep. Titus...
Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, Capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
Go off, Kim.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clapped him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then see if it all adds up.
Okay. Things aren't quite right here, are they?
Actually,
No!
they're admirably surprisingly composed.
No.
The entire room, given how many questions you've lobbed their way.
It was 92%. That's so rude. All of them, maybe one of them, is fidgeting, cracking under the pressure.
Well, this one, but he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
Mr. Tats, what did you use to knock the victim out?
My fucking elbow, copper. Samurai boxing style.
Samurai boxing, or Sambo, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves, originating from the Samurai Isola. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled for details.
Where did all this take place?
Right fucking here. The fucker started coming to our bar, asking for it.
Okay. Right, I have other questions about the lynching.
Like what, Copper?
How does the bullet in his head factor into this?
Huh?
A sip of beer makes the surprise go down easier.
There was a bullet in the dead man's brain. Why was it there if you hanged him?
How the fuck do I know? Anyone could have shot him. Target practice, maybe.
Interesting, sire. It's as if he's lying to protect someone. He's not very good at it.
This line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging. If there's any post-mortem trauma, it's your problem. This will not turn into a cross-examination.
Why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary, that's it?
And he stepped out of line.
He repeats, jaw clamped shut like a vice.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hold on, how do you even know he was in Special
'Cause
Forces?
one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm RNA's goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some RNA's paratrooper song,
Oh.
and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Sire, the tale is true. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Okay, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong?
He harassed
Oh.
women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
He wiped spittle from his mouth.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence.
Yeah.
Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information.
Yeah. This girl's on the mic, a beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming, "Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt?" Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle, doesn't even fall down.
Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted? You said?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it.
Yeah, but you said there was someone that was...
Girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got around. Aren't you fucking listening?
He repeats like a parrot.
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation.
Right.
Make them talk about it.
Right, but who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation.
No. You're not getting a name. That's a Martinez matter.
I mean, I
I'm
figured
not
as
discussing
much.
it with you clowns.
Despite the stonewalling, you can slip one more question in.
They're not going to answer that. I'm going to ask for one last time. Who did the dead man rape?
Titus, do not answer. You have been forthcoming enough.
Fuck off, Carl. She's gone through enough without you harassing her too. She doesn't need more embarrassment.
What are you talking about? Embarrassment. If someone has been sexually assaulted, we need to...
What you need is to get the fuck out of my face. I've had enough of explaining myself to you fucks. He's dead. It's done.
As you can see, these men can only take so much baseless scrutiny. I'm doing my best to keep the situation civil, but...
What follows is a slow head shake. Well, I do not have any, like, physique anything. So I'm not going to fuck around there. So what are we going to do now?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go...
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
The lieutenant closes his notebook.
I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear
There's
from
no
us,
way.
real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
You still haven't explained the bullet I found in the hangman's head.
You still on about that bullet? A bullet in a hangman's head. You're right, Copper. That is mighty curious.
Indeed. Mighty. How did it get there?
The lieutenant is fixed on Titus.
Well, there are so many bullets in the world, and so many heads. I guess it's only logical. At some point, one of them bullets had to end up in one of them heads.
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking, of course.
Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce the bullet and dangle it before their very eyes.
It would be dramatic, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. YOLO. I'm gonna ask you again. Why was this? Show them the bullet in the victim's head.
Wow! He's got it in a real evidence bag
They're
and
gonna
all.
make fun of us.
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened.
I think the hanging was a cover-up for the shooting.
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid, and his brain grew around the bullet.
Okay, dude.
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
All the goofing around is to avoid lying. It's a technique. They're only pretending to enjoy this. Beneath the act, they don't like you knowing this.
Did you guys shoot him?
Shit! I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk.
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk. Better hope he stays sober.
No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you shoot him before you hanged him?
Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time.
Don't worry, we will figure this out sooner or
Never
later.
been worried in my life, lawman.
He crosses his hairy arms, having forgotten his beer for a moment.
It's not like he blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there somewhere.
Again. About fucking time.
No, I'm not gonna. I think that's a bad idea to ask. To be like, what if I arrest you? I'm gonna get my ass kicked. For sure. Alright, we're gonna end the video there today. Please consider liking the video and subscribing. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.